It's delightful to eat various kinds of meat. Some dream of tasting top-grade meat like Wagyu. But imagine discovering that your daily meal is made of human meat. Now, let's revisit a movie about a couple turning their struggling meat shop into a success by using human meat. How will they manage to keep this dark secret hidden? A butcher shop owner, Vincent, massages the meat after slicing part of it. While doing this, his customer, Mrs. Coignard, finds it strange. His wife, Sophie, feels embarrassed and annoyed by his actions. Feeling bad for the customer, Sophie gives her a freebie. After Mrs. Coignard leaves, vegan activists wearing costumes suddenly arrive, destroying their shop and pouring red liquid on Sophie. Vincent, seeing this, pushes one of them and tries to remove the mask of another activist. However, the activist's companions arrive and beat him up. The next day, Sophie visits her friend Stephanie. While talking, Stephanie tries to comfort Sophie but soon brags about her husband Mark's earnings. She mentions that Vincent is a good guy, but Sophie deserves someone who treats her the way she deserves. As they eat, the couple continues to boast, deliberately revealing the exact amounts Mark and Stephanie possess to showcase their wealth. Eventually, Mark presents a gift to Vincent, a gun. Vincent hesitates as he lacks a permit, but Mark insists, suggesting it as self-defense against the vegan activists. While on their way home, Sophie keeps nagging Vincent, expressing her desire for a divorce. When Vincent sees one of the vegan activists biking, fueled by irritation, he reverses to knock him down. However, his backward motion is too strong, resulting in the activist's death. Anxiously, they check and confirm the man's demise. In fear, Vincent suggests calling the police and claiming it as an accident, but Sophie rejects his solution, urging him to use his brain. She proposes following the method of a notorious serial killer named Michel Francois, who placed his victims' bodies in black plastic bags scattered around their area in Belgium. Despite being unsure, Vincent agrees, bringing the activist's body to their shop. Upon returning home, he immediately begins chopping the body like animal meat while his dog watches. He accidentally knocks off an ear, promptly the dog consumes it and then barks for more. Intrigued by the dog's behavior, Vincent gives it another part, which the dog eagerly devours. As he prepares to sleep in the room, Sophie kicks him out as they are now separated, leaving Vincent to sleep on the couch. The next day, Vincent wakes up late and notices the activist's leg missing. He asks Sophie about it, but she also has no idea. Suddenly, their regular customer, Mrs. Coignard, arrives, discussing the meat she bought earlier. Mrs. Coignard, clearly ecstatic, is searching for the meat Sophie sold her, not realizing it's human flesh. Vincent quickly realizes that Mrs. Coignard is unaware of what she consumed and attempts to offer her alternative products, but she insists on the ham she tasted earlier, oblivious to its true nature. Sophie also asked for a piece and ate it, quickly noticing its distinct taste and enjoying it. The two women asked what kind of meat it was, and Vincent answered that it was pork from Iran. After the customer left, Sophie asked Vincent with a serious face where he got it. Vincent tried to play innocent, claiming it came from Martin, but she didn't believe him. Left with no choice, he told the truth to his wife, who was initially incredulous. Vincent hurried to the machine, intending to dispose of the meat. Sophie stopped him, saying it was delicious and urging him to try it since she couldn't forget its taste. Sophie suggested not to throw it away, but Vincent stated it was cannibalism. While arguing, another customer arrived, having overheard the news about the Iranian pork. Unable to refuse, Vincent sold it to them. In a short time, the news spread throughout the town about the Iranian pork. After many customers, a police officer named Tamik arrived and made a purchase. That night, Vincent cooked a portion of the human meat and tasted it out of curiosity. Upon trying it for the first time, he was surprised by its delicious taste and found it enjoyable. While eating, Sophie suggested they hunt the vegan activists to save their shop. The next day, their daughter Chloe visited with her boyfriend Lucas, who was also a vegan. They had lunch, but Lucas had dietary restrictions, annoying the couple. Throughout the visit, the parents tolerated Lucas's behavior. After they left, the couple decided to hunt for vegans. They went to a vegan restaurant, targeting the owner, a large man. The couple convinced themselves to victimize him due to his size. That night, they followed him home, planning his demise. As Vincent attacked the man at his front gate, the man screamed, causing Vincent to panic. Vincent retreated, pretending it was a mistaken Muslim attack. He quickly got into their car, explaining to his wife, who knew he had backed down. Sophie suggested creating a modus operandi, a way to hook vegans. The next day, the couple went to a public market, pretending to be vegan protesters. People approached them, expressing their opinions. Some opposed their cause, while others agreed. A reasonable person approached them, and the couple decided to victimize him. As they were about to execute their plan, two vegan activists emerged from a van. Initially hesitant, the couple eventually joined forces when they learned that this was the factory owned by their arrogant friend Mark, Stephanie's husband. They rode in their car, provided with mascot costumes. Upon arrival, they wore animal head mascots. Sophie, unable to do this, stayed outside as a lookout. Fueled by anger, they vandalized the meat processing factory, with Vincent expressing his resentment towards Mark by actively participating in the destruction. Afterward, the couple dined at a restaurant. Sophie attempted to guilt-trip Vincent, but he remained unaffected. Sophie noticed Vincent's lack of appetite for the steak she ordered. Playfully, she remarked that he wasn't interested because it wasn't Iranian pork. Vincent initially agreed, but when Sophie brought up their vegan hunting, he refused, leading to insults and an argument that ended with Vincent walking out. A waiter observed the situation and struck up a conversation with Sophie. The waiter, showing interest, sat in front of her. Later that night, the waiter accompanied Sophie to her home. Sophie liked the waiter, and the vegan waiter flirted with her. Learning about his vegan lifestyle, Sophie became intrigued. She tempted him until they kissed, but suddenly Sophie bit his tongue until it bled. Concerned, she invited him into their house to tend to the injury. Upon entering, Sophie quickly informed Vincent that she brought Iranian pork. Provoked by Sophie, Vincent got angry, grabbed a knife, and sharpened it. Vincent suddenly suggested relaxing the man before killing him to make the meat tastier. Sophie massaged the waiter, and Vincent hesitated again. Vincent left the room, and outside, the waiter insulted him, asking how he wanted to handle his wife. Vincent, enraged, darkened his expression and beat the man to death with a lamp. As they talked, their daughter suddenly arrived, wanting to stay overnight due to a fight with her boyfriend. They diverted her attention and convinced her to reconcile with her boyfriend. When she left, they quickly dismembered the man's body and cleaned up all the evidence. The next day, Stephanie called them, reporting that their factory had burned down. The couple rushed there, pretending to be unaware of what happened. Sophie tried to comfort her friend, but Stephanie continued insulting them. The couple also got angry with police officer Tamak, and Mark confronted him. Tamak then asks Vincent if they were familiar with the culprits, mentioning a similar gang that attacked their shop. The couple denied any connection, claiming the events happened too fast for them to recognize anyone. To break the tension, Tamak invited them for a private conversation. Nervous about their involvement in the crime, they discovered it was about Iranian meat. Tamak mentioned buying some for his dinner that night. Delighted, the couple continued selling meat until they ran out of stock. Due to the high demand, they decided to hunt vegans again, turning them into Iranian pork. They first captured the owner of a vegan restaurant, turning him into ham. They continued their modus operandi, attracting vegans and slaughtering them. As the couple hunted in various ways, customers flocked to them. The whole town buzzed about their Iranian pork, with people lining up to buy. Due to the high demand, the couple raised the price of their Iranian meat. They became accustomed to the routine, continuing to hunt vegans. It became a regular occurrence, with vegans treated as livestock by the couple. Their meat shop thrived, and the couple became successful. One night, a victim named Winnie shared painful experiences from school, expressing a desire to join their group to save the planet. Despite hearing his story, the couple showed no mercy and continued with their plan. When Winnie saw that Vincent was about to attack him, he fled through the woods, with the couple chasing after him. Luckily for them, he suffered a heart attack, making it easier to capture him. The next day, they went to Mark's house and served him Iranian pork. Mark enjoyed it, but the couple pretended not to be too impressed. While eating, Mark bit into something hard. He spat it out, and Stephanie, a former nurse, noticed it was a pacemaker. Nervous, the couple exchanged glances. Vincent lied, claiming it was a microchip to trace the pigs. Stephanie continues to insist that it's a pacemaker, but the two continues to deny it. While Mark stubbornly asks Vincent about who is the farmer of the Iranian pig, planning to compete with them. Despite Mark's persistent questioning about the farmer, Vincent refused to reveal anything. Vincent and Sophie started insulting the couple until Mark lost his patience and attacked Vincent. They ended up in the pool, where Vincent bit Mark's ear and chewed it while looking at them. The couple continued hunting vegans like wild animals, chasing their prey. As the days passed, their kill count increased. The couple also begins to eat human meat normally. Their business's success paralleled the intensity of their relationship, growing hotter and more passionate. During a picnic, a man asked them to leave, claiming it was his favorite spot. When they left, the man resumed his yoga session, unaware that Vincent had aimed a gun at him. As he bowed down, Vincent shot him in the head. At a vegan festival, the couple attended to find their next victim. Unbeknownst to them, Vincent had developed a taste for human flesh while observing it. As they walked, they encountered their daughter with her boyfriend. When asked why they were there, the couple claimed they wanted to hear the vegans' discussion and pretended to have gained an interest in veganism after talking to Lucas. However, Lucas expressed his anger and says that they are hypocrites, embarrassing the couple. During the argument, one vegan became suspicious. As they were about to leave, Sophie noticed a woman. Initially, Vincent hesitated, but his curiosity about the taste of a woman led them to hunt her down. Upon returning home, and while Vincent was chopping the woman, Tamak knocked on their door. Opening it, Tamik inquired about the Iranian pork, sensing it wasn't really pork. As they conversed, Tamik's dog entered with a bitten hand. Vincent yelled, claiming PTSD from a past incident. Tamik left, suggesting Vincent seek professional help. Vincent shared this with Sophie, but she dismissed it as paranoia. Disagreeing, Vincent decided to stop selling meat again. The argument continued until someone rang their doorbell. It was Lucas. He apologized, admitting his actions were wrong but driven by concern for the increasing missing vegans. The couple comforted him, asking to forget and move forward. While Sophie calmed Lucas, she signaled to Vincent that she wanted to kill Lucas. Vincent refused and promptly escorted Lucas out. The couple argued inside, differing in their desires. Vincent tried to make Sophie see their perspectives, but she insisted on her point of view. The next morning, a line of customers returned to their shop. However, Vincent stood firm on not selling Iranian pork again. The long line dispersed and Sophie kept pressuring Vincent, who left to take a break. Alone in the shop, vegan activists who had destroyed Mark's factory arrived, learning that they weren't florists. That night, Vincent returned, realizing Sophie was in danger upon seeing the activists' van. At the stockroom, the leader confronted her and tells her that they will cut her head the same as what they did to the cow. When they are about to behead Sophie, Vincent stops them together with his dog. Just as the vegan woman was about to attack, Vincent threw a cleaver at her head. He fought the leader but was overpowered, getting stabbed in the arm. Unbeknownst to him, Sophie had escaped and, upon turning around, she pushed a hook into the leader's eye. A few days later, the couple was featured on a show listing serial killers. The host interviewed their former friend, Stephanie, and her husband, Mark. It turned out that Mark was the key to the investigation. He brags and says that the pacemaker that he has bitten onto is the reason why he and his wife suspected the two. At the end of the movie, it is revealed that the couple received a lifelong sentence, and during the trial, when asked if they regretted their actions, Sophie's only response was "Winnie."